Picks up about 4 yards. And it appears that Thompson is going to be called for holding.
Roderick Thompson's going to be called for holding Derek Brown. Dennis Brown, I'm sorry. What up?
Talk about an ominous sign. First play of the game, a holding call. Boy, that can kill you. Here they were just about at the 30-yard line, and now they're moving into a deep hole.
I think Thompson had I think he got him, gripped him pretty good because Dennis Brown took an outside charge on him.
So now the Eagles.
Now Kotite's in a jam. You put Garner in there to get the running game going, and you're in a passing situation because of the holding penalties. 1st and
20 from the 15. Johnson in motion. Cunningham again to Garner. Tries to get to the outside. Breaks a tackle. Stays on his feet across the 20. Up to the 24-yard line. And Stan, we've seen him just 2 times. But look at the quickness.
Picked up 8 yards.
Puts the Eagles in a 2nd down and about 11. The line of scrimmage, the 24-yard line. Opening series of the game. Eagles moving from left to right. 2nd and 11. Garner set to the right of Cunningham. Single setback. Wing to the near side. Maurice Johnson. Ball at the 24. Now Cunningham repositions Garner. On 2nd down, Cunningham back. He pumps. He fires. And a catch for a 1st down up across the 40-yard line on a nice play by Fred Barnett. Fred Barnett, or rather Calvin Williams. Calvin Williams with an 18-yard pickup.
Calvin Williams does a good job. Merton Hanks, the defensive man for the 49ers, gets turned around. He's not watching the ball because the ball's not really well thrown. But Randall gets it out there, and Calvin Williams adjusts to it and makes the catch in front of Merton Hanks.
And the Eagles dig out of a hole. They have a 1st and 10 out across the 40. Slot to the near side of the field. Williams in motion from right to left. Cunningham again back to Garner, and this time the 49ers are waiting for him at the line of scrimmage, and he runs into the arms of Gary Plummer, who is helped out by Bryant Young, and the play will gain only about 1 yard. Stan, we've seen Charlie Garner in his first activity with already 3 carries.
Well, Rich Kotite likes the running game, and I think he just felt that James Joseph and Herschel Walker were just not hitting the holes quick enough, and those offensive linemen were being asked to hold their blocks way too long.
1 back offense. 2nd down and 9. Maurice Johnson in motion. Cunningham back. He has adequate time. Now he fires to Bavaro at the 45, and Bavaro comes across midfield in the 49ers territory, where he appears to be about a ½ yard shy of a 1st down. A pickup of 8. Probably about 5 on the reception and 3 by Bavaro's strength.
Nice for Randall to come off his wide receivers and find the check down tight end, who was really the safety valve on the play.
Ball placed just across midfield.
About 1.5 yards.
About 1.5 yards. They'll go with everybody in tight. No, they won't. They split the wide receiver. Single setback. And now Cunningham's going to take a timeout.
Before Randall called timeout, he turned to Charlie Garner, moved him from the left side of the formation to the right. And one of the prices you play with a rookie is sometimes they make a mistake and they're forced to call a timeout and waste a timeout early in the game.
And you know what, Stan? He's not even your basic rookie because he played so little during the preseason. Just 4 carries during the preseason and very little on-the-field time at training camp.
And I think it's a smart move by Kotite to break Garner in against the 49ers with the 2 weeks to get ready. And the 49ers have never been able to see Charlie Garner. And they don't know what kind of plays the Eagles run for him, and they don't know what kind of back he is. So he's surprising. He's pulling out the trump card here.
And plus, a running back can do so much with natural ability. It's not, for example, like Norv Turner breaking in Heath Schuler against the Dallas Cowboys in Washington.
Sure. They're getting ready to go. But the thing about it is, I really felt that Herschel Walker and James Joseph were just not hitting the line fast enough and opening. The line was opening some holes, but they were too slow getting to it. Garner's picked up the yardage by hitting the hole with that burst of speed from his stance.
No score in the game. 11:38 to go in the first quarter. Eagles with a third and about a yard. Cunningham with Garner wide to the right. Now screens again back at Garner. Cunningham is back, takes a short drop. He pumps, he fires, and it is caught. A great catch by Calvin Williams down across the 30, all the way down at the 26. So the Eagles went on a third and short through the air, and Calvin Williams beat Merton Hanks to the ball. What a pickup of 24 yards.
Now, the 49ers like to think that Merton Hanks is a cornerback and an all-purpose defensive back. Basically, he's a safety, but they've got him playing corner the 49ers have got to come in with Deion Sanders, but he doesn't know the defense because he's only been here a week.
Now Joseph and Walker the backs. Joseph in motion. Cunningham back again. He looks, he guns it, and it is complete. And making the catch down at the 10-yard line is Fred Barnett. And that is the 200th career reception. No, it's Calvin Williams again coming up with the reception, this time for a 16-yard gain.
Nice out pattern. 49ers defense being chewed up now by the Eagles. Eagles using a 2 tight end offense. The 49ers like to play 4 down linemen, really 2 inside linebackers and a linebacker over the tight end. They're forcing him to play honest, and it's kind of hurting the 49ers defense.
1st and 10. Cunningham pitches the ball out to James Joseph, and he is spilled for a 3-yard loss. Ken Norton knifed through and made the stop on James Joseph. Cunningham with a quick pitch to Joseph, and the 49ers were all over him.
Yeah, when you play with 1 tight end, it allows the 49ers to play their defense in that they overshift and they use the 2 linebackers on the inside to scrape the holes. Now they go back, the Eagles go back to a 2 tight end offense with Maurice Johnson and Mark Bavaro. 2nd
down and 14. The ball just outside the 14. This time the back's in a wide open set. Barnett in motion. Cunningham is back. He's looking. He fires. And it is complete for a touchdown. Or is it? Waiting for the official signal. Yes, Mark Bavaro. They took a long time determining whether or not Bavaro broke the plane, but the official raced in and said that he had.
But now they're talking. Bavaro caught the ball falling down, and it looked like he juggled the ball on his belly as he was laying on the goal line. And they're going to say, and now the referees are talking about it. But to me, they're
yes.
Down by contact on the 1-yard line.
They're going to say it was blown.
See, now it couldn't have been down by the 1-yard line. It's either got to be a touchdown or incomplete because he catches the ball on the goal line. It can't be the 1-yard line.
Bring it in.
It's got to be either a touchdown or at about the 1-inch line or 1-foot line.
Or incomplete. Yeah, he's just going to move it back to the 1. Where Bavaro catches the ball, it's right on the goal line.
And now they're not sure if it's a 1st down, of course. They're going to stretch the chain.
See, Bavaro doesn't have possession when he's going down. He loses possession. 3rd and inches.
3rd and inches. And this is generally Cunningham's sneak territory. You'll remember 2 years ago, the Eagles got a very controversial spot that cost them the game. Let's see if Randall sneaks right here. He's got Garner and Joseph in the backfield. He puts Brian O'Neill in motion. Cunningham sneaks.
Touchdown.
Is he in? We are awaiting the signal.
I thought Randall got way in, but they're going to mark it at the 1-inch line.
Yeah, they are, but at least it'll be a 1st down.
I thought Randall got a good dive in.
I thought so too. They say he didn't.
He picks up the 1st down. He's got to pick up the 1st down.
Yeah, the ball is now spotted at the 1-foot line. He does pick up the 1st down. They're going to bring in the chains.
Boy, these referees are Hawkeyes.
And unless somebody added a couple of links, he picks up the 1st down by the length of the football. 49ers fans are complaining about the spot. The Eagles are the ones who should be complaining about the spot.
Now you come right back in behind Big Anton Davis at left guard.
I think we'll see Randall sneak again. 8:51 to go. No score in the first quarter. Cunningham lines them up. Puts the backs in the eye. Cunningham this time pitches out to Garner, who knifes his way in for the touchdown. Charlie Garner with his first NFL touchdown, and the Eagles take the lead.
And Charlie Garner takes the pitch out from Randall Cunningham, and he's out behind his blockers so quick that all they do is they just hit into the 49ers, and he's right behind them making the cut in for the end zone. The speed of Charlie Garner. It's hard to explain, but when that back gets right in behind his blockers so fast, he closes ground so fast, you don't have to make a great block. You just have to tie up the defensive man, and the back is through the hole.
Here is Eddie Murray for the extra point. Spotted, kicked up, and good. Eddie Murray with his 170th consecutive PAT, the longest streak in the NFL. Taste the difference. Drink Snapple Sport, the awesome sports drink from Snapple, the delicious way to recharge and replenish lost nutrients. Snapple Sport, it's America's thirst quencher, only from Snapple, made from the best stuff on earth. Stan, if you're looking for ball control, we've just seen it. The Eagles have taken the clock down to 8:37. They've scored a touchdown, not a field goal, and the 49ers have yet to get their offense on the field.
Good offensive series. Surprising offensive series, and that
Eagles to kick off to Dexter Carter. He is the deep man standing at the goal line. And it is Eddie Murray, not Mitch Berger, kicking off. It is high and end over end, coming down to Carter at the 10 and across the 15, the 20, 25, tripped up at the 30 by Brian O'Neill. Comes down at about the 32, 33 yard line. The one thing Eddie Murray will not give you is the deep kickoffs. Cunningham on that first drive, by the way, 5 for 5 for 76 yards. First and 10 for the 49ers. And let's see if the Eagles put pressure on Steve Young. The back split. Ricky Waters and Mark Logan. Jerry Rice in motion. Young to throw right away. He double pumps. He lets it fly. It's intercepted by Eric Allen on a deflection. Across the 30, and Eric Allen taken out of bounds at the 29-yard line of the 49ers. So one pass deflected, knocked into the air, and Eric Allen has an INT, and the Eagles are on the move again.
And Bud Carson called that defense. He had Byron Evans underneath. He had Eric Allen guarding John Taylor. He double-teamed Jerry Rice, and Steve Young did not come off of Jerry Rice.
Merrill, Reese, and Stan Walters back at Candlestick Park with the Eagles, who have a 7-0 lead thanks to an interception of a 1st and 10 at the 49ers 28-yard line. Garner, the single setback, takes the handoff off left tackle across the 25-20 at the 15-10, breaks a tackle, he's at the 5, he's in! And Charlie Garner with consecutive carries for touchdowns.
And downfield, the first adjustment the 49ers made was Deion Sanders was in there. Fred Barnett stood up Deion Sanders and blocked him from the 5-yard line all the way into the goal line. And Charlie Garner gets the big hit. The two tight end offense is giving the 49ers all kinds of problems. They don't play a basic 4-3. What they play is 3 linebackers, but they want to have 2 guys on the inside.
Where has he been all our lives? A 39-yard run by Charlie Garner. Here is the extra point. Spotted, kick up, good. They are shocked here at Candlestick Park. 8:15 to go in the first quarter. The 49ers have run one offensive play with them to go in the first quarter, and things couldn't be going more perfectly for the Eagles. Charlie Garner with a 1-yard run for his first touchdown, a 29-yard run for his second, and the Eagles up 14-0. Eddie Murray to kick off again. Dexter Carter standing at the 4. Here's Murray's kickoff. Wobbly, taken by Carter this time at the 15 and across the 20, the 25, 30, and Brian O'Neill hits him again, this time at the 35-yard line. So O'Neill, for the second time, the man downfield to hit Dexter Carter, but the 49ers have good field position. They spotted at the 30.
Now this 49er offensive line is been decimated by injuries. Bart Oates is an original starter. Steve Wallace is in there. Everybody else is substitute.
First and 10. Ball at their own 36. Back set to the left of Steve Young. It's a running play to Ricky Waters, who breaks a few tackles. There's a penalty flag thrown on the far side of the field. Waters brought down at the 40-yard line, broke away from Byron Evans, finally brought down by Fuller. Tripp goes down and covers it, and across the back at about the 37-yard line. He tried to hand off to Mark Logan. The football came loose. There were no Eagles around it, and Young bounced down and covered it, but they'll lose a few.
There's an interesting thing going into this game, too. You have two head coaches, Rich Kotite, winning head coaches. He won 60% of his games. George Seifert has won a Super Bowl. Yet both of these coaches are on the hot seat.
Second down and 9. This time Brent Jones split wide right as a receiver. Now Jones comes in motion. Second and 9 at the 36. The left-handed Young goes back, completes the pass short of a first down to Brent Jones out at about the 43-yard line, where Byron Evans promptly makes the tackle. 7 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Eagles up 14-0. 7-yard gain on the 49ers of a 3rd and 2.
Rich Kotite wants to prove himself to Jeffrey Lurie. And here in San Francisco, 3 out of the last 4 years, the 49ers have got to the NFC Championship game and lost. And Eddie DeBartolo wants Seifert to get him back into the Super Bowl. If he doesn't, he's gone.
49ers with 4 wide receivers. John Taylor in motion. Young on an end around goes to Taylor, and Taylor is going to be knocked out of bounds short of the first down. I don't think he picked it up. He came across the 45. He was forced out, and I don't think he picked it up. We'll see about the spot.
He's going to punt.
They have to punt.
You would have to, but this is where you maybe take a real coaching gamble and guts and keep your offense on the field.
Stan, I really think that he could have picked it up by lowering his shoulder, but Mark McMillan forced him out of bounds, and he went out, I think, a yard earlier than he thought he had to.
That could be our Slacks Hoagie Shack whack of the game, knocking him out of bounds. What happened was that's the far sideline. That marker is usually the one that's there just for the receivers. The chains are on this side of the field.
Now they are holding things up. A little confusion right now. And let's see what it's about. Delay of the game against the 49ers. That looked to be...
49ers look confused. See, the official chains are on the near side of the field. There is a first down marker on the far side of the field, but usually that's not aligned correctly. They try to align it, but it's usually not as precise. And they came up inches short. Although I think if John Taylor from Pennsauken would have dove, he might have picked it up.
Here is Klaus Wilmsmeyer to punt, standing back at his own 26. Seidner to return. Wilmsmeyer gets it away. It's a knuckler. It bounces across the 20, across the 10, and it will be down to the 6. And unlike what happened at Giant Stadium, Seidner was taking no chances. There's a timeout on the field with the score. The Eagles 14, the 49ers nothing on the Eagles Football Network. Yard punt by Klaus Wilmsmeyer.
Still the 2 tight end offense with Maurice Johnson and Mark Bavaro.
And Garner remains the single setback. First and 10 inside the 9. It's a running play. Garner out across the 10. Garner takes it to about the 14. Ken Norton and Bryant Young make the stop for San Francisco, but Garner with a nice chunk right there of 6 yards.
Without a blackboard, it's hard to explain the difference between a 4-3 defense and what the 49ers want to play is a 4-3 inside. They even list in their starting lineup 1 outside linebacker and 2 inside linebackers. But the 2 tight end alignment forces one of their inside linebackers to play outside, or a safety to move up on the field.
Second down and 4 at the 14. Cunningham again back to Garner, tries to get to the outside, and this time he cannot. Lee Woodall from Westchester drew a bead on Garner and knocked him down for a loss of about 1.5 yards. Lee Woodall was right there. There were no lanes for Garner to maneuver through, and Lee Woodall was right there and got the shoulder into the midsection of Garner. Now the Eagles face a 3rd down and 5 at their own 13.
Woodall's a good player. good, sound, fundamental tackle there. And that's how he made this 49ers team, by being a sound, fundamental team.
Cunningham with James Joseph behind him to block. Herschel Walker in a far side slot. Victor Bailey on the near side. So virtually 4 wide receivers. Now Walker in motion as Cunningham retreats. He looks, he double pumps. Now he fires, completes it to Calvin Williams for a first down out across the 20. Calvin Williams open, and how about the time that Randall had?
All the time in the world. The 49ers blitzed the Saints last week on this 3rd and long passing situation. Randall went back. The 49ers just rushed 4 men, and they never got near Randall Cunningham. Randall had at least 5.5, 6 seconds to find Calvin Williams open over the middle for the first down.
And Randall Cunningham is 6 for 6. Single set back again as Garner is reinserted. Reese Johnson a wing, now in motion. 1st and 10, Cunningham back. He's looking, he fires incomplete. The ball is underthrown. Actually skipped on the grass before it arrived at Garner. Lee Woodall in coverage.
Excellent coverage. Randall had all the time in the world to pass. The 49ers dropped back 7, and they zoned the field, and they did an excellent job of just covering the Eagles. So Randall tried to throw it to Charlie Garner, and he just skipped the ball to good defensive coverage on the part of the 49ers.
Deion Sanders in the game. It'll be a 2nd down and 10. The ball on the 22. Johnson in motion. Cunningham. Penalty flag down, and Cunningham will watch as it's blown dead. Looked to me, Stan, as if Bavaro jumped.
I thought the left side of the offensive line, but somebody.
Number 84.
Bavaro. You're right.
Prior to the snap.
We have a first quarter score from Arizona, where Buddy Ryan's Cardinals have turned it on the offense, taking a 7-0 lead over Minnesota. Also in the first quarter, the Giants have jumped out to a 3-0 lead over the New Orleans Saints. Buffalo beating Chicago 3-0.
3:24 to go here in the first quarter. Eagles leading 14-0. Now they have a 2nd down and 15 after the penalty. The football at their own 17-yard line. Joseph in the backfield. 3 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Cunningham back. He has time. He lets it go, and he completes it for another first down. And this time he was right on the money to Calvin Williams, who is on the way to a very productive day. And the Eagles are moving the football brilliantly. That time a 17-yard gain.
Well, they're taking advantage of the weakness of the 49ers. The weakness in the 49ers defense is definitely their secondary. That's why they signed Deion Sanders, to improve it. But what they're doing is they're working away from Deion Sanders. They're picking up the 4-down rush men, and they're calling the plays correctly because they're just rushing 4, so they're throwing the ball 15, 20 yards downfield. Now, if they try to blitz, you'll see Randall Cunningham try to go with the short pass. They got Bill McPherson, the defensive coordinator of the 49ers, in a bind.
On first down on a delay, the handoff goes inside to James Joseph, who sprawls forward up to the 39-yard line. 2.5 minutes to go here in the first quarter. The 49ers have run only 4 offensive plays, haven't picked up a first down. Eagles on the board with a pair of Charlie Garner's touchdowns, 1 for a yard and 1 for 29 yards. And Cunningham right now is 7 for 8 for 102 yards, and he has now passed the 20,000-yard barrier, only the 2nd Eagle in history to do that. 2nd down and 5. The ball just shy of the Eagles' 40. Cunningham fakes to Walker. He's back. He pumps. Now he fires down the far side, and it is juggled and dropped, and a penalty flag down. Gary Plummer was covering James Joseph, and let's see if it's going to be pass interference against the 49ers. I think it is.
It's either going to be face guarding or pass interference on Plummer. As James Joseph stopped to come back to the underthrown pass, Plummer put his arm around him and tackled him. Nice play by James Joseph to stop and come back for the underthrown pass.
Stan, only Ron Jaworski has thrown for more yards than Randall Cunningham in an Eagles uniform. Jaworski's total slightly under 27,000 yards. Cunningham has now passed 20,000. 1st and 10 Eagles. Now they're in 49ers territory. Slot to the near side. Charlie Garner standing in the backfield behind Cunningham. On first down, the give us to Garner. Tries to get outside, cuts back, stumbles, stays on his feet across the 40, and takes it to the 49ers 38.
Good play by Deion Sanders coming up to force the run. came up and forced Garner to stop and cut back inside, even got a little piece of him.
Ricky Jackson and Merton Hanks in on the stop. It'll be 2nd down and 7. Minute and a half to go here in the first quarter. 14-0 the Eagles. Eagles moving methodically. Out to the far side of the left of Cunningham goes Barnett. To the near side, Williams. Single set back Garner. Still a double tight end as Cunningham straight back. He has time. He looks. Fired incomplete, intended for Reese Johnson over the middle this time. And Cunningham was rushed by Dana Stubblefield.
And Stubblefield took Cunningham's legs out as he was throwing the ball. One of those plays that could really rack a quarterback up and put him on the shelf for a couple weeks. Randall's legs are planted as he throws the ball, and Stubblefield just nails him.
Cunningham has come up with some wonderful 3rd down completions.
Stubblefield working against Anton Davis.
49ers stopped the Saints last week on 13 of 19 3rd down plays. Cunningham back again. He's being chased. Now he's going to run. He's across the 40, and he's tackled from behind at the 35-yard line by Merton Hanks.
Merton Hanks, the running back in front of him, James Joseph. If James Joseph just turned around a little bit faster, he would have been able to pick off Merton Hanks, and Randall Cunningham had the whole far sideline to run. As Randall started to scramble, James Joseph was in front of him, and then James Joseph turns around, but he can't get behind Randall to get Merton Hanks. If he picks off Merton Hanks, Randall's down to at least the 10-yard line.
In the punt for the first time is Mitch Berger. In the return, Dexter Carter.
This is the one thing that scared me in the 2-week layoff, that they couldn't find a punter to replace Mitch Berger.
Well, they auditioned 6. Now they're holding things up. Delay of game against the Eagles.
To move the ball back so he gets a better shot at inside the 10.
Yep. 20 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Eagles up 14-0.
Delay of game. Offense. 5-yard penalty.
They brought in a half-dozen punters, Stan, and there were a couple that impressed them, but they felt that they wanted to give Berger another opportunity. We'll see. He's standing back at his own 45. Carter standing at his 10.
Usually when you give kickers another opportunity, they wind up costing you a game.
Let's see. Berger hits it. It's wobbly. It's going to bounce across the 10, and it's going to roll out of bounds at the 3. He didn't cost them there. Mitch Berger did what he was supposed to do, and he pinned the 49ers back at their 3-yard line. He did it perfectly. There's a timeout on the field with the score. So far, so good. 14-0 Eagles on the Eagles Football Network.
In a small town on Michigan's Upper Peninsula, Tom Bacuzzi stands ready day and night.
Sit tight. I'll be right there.
And when a call comes in, Tom's got to move fast. That's why he replaces his antifreeze every year, and why he demands the patented protection of Prestone, America's best-selling antifreeze. In Tom's line of work, if you don't get where you're going and get there fast,
Pizza!
the tips really stink. Demand premium protection, Prestone antifreeze.
I'm in Canton, Ohio, trying to get a true all-star, the Nissan Pathfinder XE V6 4x4, inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Let's look at the stats. Running, potholes, curbs, parked cars, it handles them like a pro. Passing, V6 power, hello, goodbye. Strength, steel.
49ers beginning this drive at their own 3-yard line. Stan, you'd feel good about this, except that last year the Eagles had a 24-3 lead, and the 49ers came back. Ultimately, the Eagles won it in overtime. Last second of all, with a time elapsed in overtime. First down for the 49ers. Handoff to Ricky Waters, and he gets back to the line of scrimmage and only another yard before Greg Townsend and William Thomas pull him down.
But this isn't the same offensive line that Steve Young had protecting him last year. Last week against the Saints, Steve Young was sacked 5 times. And I can't remember the last time a 49er quarterback in the regular season was sacked 5 times in a game.
But you know what? Anytime I look down and see Jerry Rice and John Taylor.
Oh, yeah, one mistake, one flinch by your cornerbacks and they're gone.
Slot to the far side, second down and 9. In motion, Jerry Rice. Young back into the end zone, pumps and fires incomplete. Intended on the far side for John Taylor. Eric Allen right with him, and the 49ers face a 3rd and 9 from deep in their own territory.
Doesn't look sharp. That was a badly thrown pass. A better pass, Eric Allen has a chance of knocking it down or an interception. But nobody had a shot at that, not even John Taylor, who's had quite a career out here.
3rd down and 9 from the 3. 3 wide receivers. Slot to the far side to Young's left. Motion to the near side and Singleton. Young into the end zone, and he's sacked for a safety. William Fuller has him for a safety. Young sacked 8 yards deep by William Fuller. His 5th sack of the season. And the Eagles now lead it 16-0.
And give credit to the coverage downfield. Eric Allen was stride for stride with Jerry Rice. Mark McMillan was with John Taylor. Young was looking around, and the rush got to him just the way you draw it up on a defensive playbook.
Stan, that could be our Slacks Hoagie Shack whacked to nothing with 14-16 to go until halftime. Wilmsmeyer with the free kick following the safety. Bailey and Seidner are back. It hangs high in the air, and Seidner takes it at the 35 out across the 40, out to the 43, to the 44, and that is it. But the Eagles take over with good field position. The NFL has teamed up with 7-Eleven to offer.
The first part of the game, when Deion Sanders came in the game, he was going to guard Fred Barnett no matter what side he lined up. Then all of a sudden, the 49ers put Deion Sanders on Calvin Williams. And the Eagles went the other way. Now he's here lined up against Fred Barnett.
1st and 10. The ball at the 43. Wing to the far side. Hand off to Charlie Garner. Breaks a tackle. Cuts across the 45 and up to the 40-yard line of the 49ers. Burton, Hanks, and Lee Woodall stop him. But he is unbelievable.
Talk about your slashing runners. The 2 tight end offense is really giving the 49ers trouble. Maurice Johnson goes in motion. The 49ers try to adjust. And then all of a sudden, there's just a little bit of a crack. And the slash fast of Charlie Garner, he hits that crack, and he's through for the 12-yard, 14-yard gain, whatever it was.
That was 14. Ball at the 49ers 41. This time the backs in the eye. Cunningham again to Garner. Garner breaking tackles, weaving through people, coming across the 35, taking it down to the 33. Penalty flag down. I think it's going to be a personal foul against the 49ers. Let's see.
I didn't see it, but if you
or a face mask.
If you come up here.
Face mask, number 36, defense.
15 or 5. He's asking right now. Jerry Markbright, the officials, just checking whether it's a 15 or a 5. Flagrant, or if they just touched the face mask.
Garner, by the way, has 8 carries for 63 yards.
There's a correction. There's no face mask foul on the play. There is no foul. The hand was just on the mask, no grasp.
I thought that was a 5.
Why did somebody throw the flag?
They saw it on it, I don't know. Okay, here it is, 2nd down and 3. This is where I think you take Calvin Williams deep into the end zone. Whatever corner's not being covered by Deion Sanders, you take Eric Davis, the other cornerback, deep into the end zone. And they're putting Fred Barnett against them.
Over on the far side. Backs in the eye. Now Williams over in motion to that far side. Cunningham goes with a running play, and Garner is sprawling forward, and he appears to pick up another 1st down. So they keep it on the ground, and Charlie Garner picks up 5 that time. You know, when he picks up 4 or 5 yards, it looks like he doesn't pick up a thing.
Good surge by the offensive line, and the offensive line with Charlie Garner will get better because they know they don't have to make these tremendous blocks and wait for the running back to hit the hole. They're just hitting in, and as they stun the defensive lineman, and the defensive lineman's trying to come off the blocks, they feel them trying to get Charlie Garner because he's already through the hole.
1st and 10 Eagles leading 16-0. They're at the 49ers 28. This time backs side by side. On 1st down, Cunningham fakes. Cunningham back. Cunningham firing, and it is incomplete. Looking for Fred Barnett. Covered by Deion Sanders.
That's dangerous thrown there. That's dangerous going to Deion Sanders' side of the field. Fred Barnett had Deion Sanders beat, but Sanders makes the play to come back and knock up the pass, or at least knock Barnett off.
Barnett was out there. If Randall had thrown a little earlier, and still Fred has made catches that were more difficult than that one. Ball went off his arm as he
I like
turned
the
for
idea
it.
of going deep to the end zone. I just don't like doing it on Sanders' side.
2nd and 10 from the 28. Back split. Cunningham wants to throw again. He looks. He fires. It's deflected. Incomplete. Intended this time for Bavaro. It was knocked down by Tim McDonald, and the Eagles now face a 3rd down and 10.
Eagles have 177 total yards offense with 12:04 left in the 2nd quarter.
And a 16-0 lead, which is not as big a lead as it would have been last year at this time before the 2-point conversion. So theoretically, the 49ers could tie the game with a pair of touchdowns and conversions. This time the Eagles put 3 receivers to the right. Barnett to the left. Single setback. Cunningham backpedals. He looks. Now he's rolling. Still rolling. He is going to put the ball in the air for the end zone. Touchdown! Touchdown, Victor Bailey, 9 yards deep.
Victor Bailey went over Eric Davis and Tim McDonald to catch the ball. That's where you want to go deep against Eric Davis. And Randall just threw it up in the air. And Victor Bailey, 6'4", goes up and gets the ball. And they're shocked here in the stick.
They should be shocked because so far the Eagles are eating them up. And Cunningham has been incredible. 11:54 to go in the first half. Here is Eddie Merrill. The ball is spotted. The kick is up. The kick is good. And the Eagles lead 23-0. 23-0. There's a timeout on the field with the score. Let me say it again. It's delicious. 23-0 Eagles on the Eagles Football Network.
Hurting.
Here is the kickoff by Merrill. It flutters short to the far side of the field, and it is fielded at the 20 and run up to the 25-30 by Nate Singleton. Brought down at the 33-yard line.
Okay, we have some total yardage stats here. I'm not a big stats man, but here it is. The Eagles, a total of 205 yards. The 49ers, a total of 1 yard. The safety sack took them back to where they've only gained 1 yard here in the first half.
1st and 10, 49ers, the line of scrimmage, their own 33.5. Wide receiver split. Backs in an open set. Ricky Waters in motion to the far side as Young goes back. Young gives ground, fires it out to Logan, who drops it. Goes back and covers it, trying to go to Mark Logan out of the backfield, and that ball was juggled and dropped, and Young had some pressure.
I think Steve Young, one thing I was going to say was I was talking to one of the San Francisco sports writers, and he said during the week, Steve Young made a slip of the tongue and said something about, well, you know, ever since I kind of separated my shoulder in Kansas City, and the reporter said, you separated your shoulder? He goes, no. He goes, I just bruised it. It's just a bruise. But there was a little slip. I think we have an injured Steve Young playing behind an injured offensive line.
William Floyd now the single setback. Young back again. He pumps, he fires, and it is caught at the 40-yard line by Brent Jones, still about 4 yards short of a first down. Byron Evans right there. That was one of their more productive plays of this first half.
Brent Jones led the NFC tight ends in receptions last year with 68 of them.
49ers still looking for their first down of this game.
With the 23-0 lead and an injured offensive line, Andy Harmon, William Fuller, Bert Grossman in there now, William Perry, they should be teeing off on the quarterback. They should be teeing off on the pass rush.
3 wide receivers. Young drops, fires on a short drop and completes it to Jerry Rice for the first down up at the 47. Football comes loose. 49ers on top of it.
Romanowski jumped on it, and his former teammates jumped on Romanowski.
Jackson and Romanowski there, but the 49ers finally pick up a first down. With 10:42 to go here in the first half.
Bill Romanowski's got to be feeling real good. His team now, the Eagles, played here for a number of years, led the 49ers in tackles last year. and his team's out to a 23-0 lead. It always feels good when you beat your former team.
Single set back, Ricky Waters. Double tight end. The pitch goes to Waters. Tries to get to the outside, and he is hammered hard. Thomas and Evans hit him hard. He picks up a couple. Comes out across the 50.
Effective first down running play in that they picked up about 5 yards, 4.5, 5.
They spotted in Eagles territory at the 46.5. It'll be second down and a long 6. This time the back side by side. Receivers split. 49ers in Eagles territory for the first time. Again, it's a running play, and Waters breaks 2 tackles, 3 tackles across the 35 down to the 33, and he picks up another first down before Thomas and Evans stop him. 49ers with their first drive of the game and a 12-yard gain by Ricky Waters. His longest gain of the season has been only 14 yards. This has not exactly been a team with a great running game. 9:24 to go here in the first half. Eagles leading 23-0, but the 49ers threatening for the first time, and this time they line up 4 wide receivers. Single setback in Floyd. Motion in Brent Jones. Young is back. He's pumping. He's firing. It is deflected, incomplete. Intended for Brent Jones, who is screaming that he was interfered with by Byron Evans. But there is no flag, and the 49ers have a 2nd and 10.
Okay, Minnesota has come back to tie Buddy Ryan's Cardinals 7-7 in the second quarter. The Giants and New Orleans Saints are tied at 3 apiece in the second quarter. Chicago's beating Buffalo 7-3 in the second quarter. And Atlanta and the Rams are in a scoreless tie in the second quarter.
Second down and 10 for the 49ers. The ball, the Eagles 34. The back's in an open set. Again, it's a handoff to Ricky Waters, who is flattened from behind by Byron Evans. Evans in the backfield and flattens Ricky Waters back outside the 40-yard line. What a play by B&E, and you could see the speed, a 6-yard loss.
A blitz by Byron Evans, a run blitz called by Bud Carson. Byron Evans sees the play. He's coming straight ahead. You don't block the linebacker on a run blitz. You don't figure on him running. You figure he's going to scrape to the sidelines. Byron Evans comes right up through the center of the offensive line. Nails Ricky Waters.
3rd and 17 at the Eagles 41. Young with 3 wide receivers. He takes his drop. He sets up. He fires, and he completes it. The football is fumbled, and the Eagles' Greg Jackson is on it. But they are going to say that it was fumbled when Jerry Rice hit the ground. They are going to say that the ground caused the fumble.
He's going to be a yard short.
Stan, I'm wondering.
Seifert, I think, has got to go for it here. 23-0 down. I think you go for it.
I'll tell you, that was awfully close. That ground did not cause that fumble. I just had a replay. The ground.
No, they're saying he was touched when he was down, but he didn't have possession of the ball. They're going for it. 4th and 1.
4th and 1. Waters the single setback. Eagles bring everybody up. Young is back. He's rolling. He fires. He completes it to Rice along the sideline. He picks up the first down and steps out of bounds at the Eagles 16.
Referees made a tough call there. He didn't have possession when he was touched down, so it should have been a fumble.
It should have been a fumble.
But there is no instant replay.
Yeah, but I don't think they needed an instant replay because that one was not obscured. Rice had that football in clear view as he was juggling it, and as his back went down, he did not have possession. All right, 1st and 10 Niners at the Eagles 16. Eagles up 23-0. They keep it on the ground on first down, and Waters gets very, very little. Picks up about a yard before William Fuller makes the stop. Let's pause 5 seconds for station identification on the Eagles Football Network.
You're listening to Eagles football on 94 WYSP Philadelphia.
Second down and 9 for San Francisco, moving from our left to our right here in the second quarter. In their brilliant red jerseys, 6:52 to go here in the second quarter. Eagles up 23-0, and the 49ers the second down and 9 at the Eagles 15. Slot to the far side. Rice in motion. He stops. Young fakes, rolls, fires, and completes the pass, this time to William Floyd across the 10, down at the 8.
And William Thomas took his head off with a hard hit on the running back as he caught the ball. William Floyd Thomas came across with a forearm right into Floyd's face mask, knocked him off balance. But the 49ers pick up the 9 yards.
Little nifty handling by Steve Young. And now they have a 3rd down and 2.
49ers, Mike Shanahan, the offensive coordinator, is really calling some interesting plays.
Down at the Eagles 8. Rice in motion from right to left. Now goes back to the near side. It's a handoff to Floyd, and I don't know if he picked up the 1st down. He falls forward. We'll see where they spot it.
The one thing about this drive was the runs by Ricky Waters. You know the 49ers are going to pass, but you should be able to pass rush because they have an injured offensive line. But the running, now they're tightening up the running game. But that was what hurt the Eagles in this drive, was the fact that they allowed a team that's been struggling with the run to uncork their running game.
They're going to bring in the chains and measure. Obviously.
The one thing the 49ers have going is the winning tradition of comebacks here in Candlestick Park.
I was about to say, obviously, if he doesn't pick it up because they're down 23-0, they go for it, which they will right here. And this will be a big test for the Eagles defense. Remember last week, we're in.
Now he passed on the last 4th and short yardage, the last series.
He splits his wide receivers. He has his backs in an open set. Rice in motion. Young hands it off to Floyd, and Floyd picks up the 1st down with 2 yards to spare as he cracks across the 5 and takes it to the 3. 1st and goal. 5:26, 5:25 to go here in the 1st half. Jackson and Zordich in on the stop, but the Eagles didn't appear to
big thing you do right here is you force Seifert into taking the field goal as a defense.
1st and goal, 49ers at the 3.5. This time everybody in tight. In motion off the wing goes Rice. It's a running play again to Floyd, and he powers to the 1.
Floyd's a powerful runner. He runs, he lowers his shoulder, and he keeps his legs moving.
And they are pushing the Eagles defense back. He's maybe a half
One
yard.
thing I didn't think the 49ers would be able to do would be able to run on the Eagles, but the Eagles' run defense been questionable.
Let's see if he goes to Floyd again. This time he lines up with wide receivers slotted. Young's going to sneak, and Young's going to score. And the 49ers are on the board. And I would think in this situation they go for 2, Stan.
Yeah. Jerry Rice is calling them back, and that's what they're signaling. They bring in a 2nd tight end. Well, they bring in Ed McCaffrey, the former Giant, at a wide receiver. They're going to spread him out. Ricky Waters doesn't know to come off the field and go on.
And William Floyd is out.
I wouldn't be surprised if you see a play here where Young might scramble. Spread him out wide. Look at, they're lined up Jerry Rice in the backfield. Is that Jerry Rice?
Yep. Slot to the far side. In motion, Ed McCaffrey. Young is back. He's looking. He fires, and it's caught for the 2-point conversion by Brent Jones. And that's why you never feel safe when there's plenty of game left. There's a timeout on the field with the score. The Eagles 23, the 49ers 8 on the Eagles.
Both offensive coordinators going against the weak parts of the defense. The Eagles have Brent Jones being covered by Rich Miano, and Brent Jones just beat Miano on a simple cross pattern in the end zone.
Here is Bryan to kick off again. Ebner and Seidner are the deep men. It's a line drive bouncing at the 5, picked up by Seidner at the 8. Out across the 15 to the 20 to the 25, 30, and Seidner with a nice return up to the 35-yard line. So Bryan's kickoff is a line drive, and
not a very
Seidner
good kickoff, but it took a nice bounce for Seidner to field. Usually when that ball's going down sideways on a line drive, it can take a bad bounce, and the kicker lucks out with the ball taking a bounce away from the return man. But Seidner fielded that very nice and brought it out to the 35-yard line.
And a timeout on the field with the score. The Eagles 23, the 49ers 8 on the Eagles Football Network.
You've been waiting.
Your Toyota dealer's year-end clearance.
It's your last chance to get the year's best Camry deal.
The year's biggest savings.
Backed by popular demand for 1 month only, get low 2.9% financing on any 94 Camry.
Any 94 Camry?
Pick any 94 Camry in stock this month and get this special low 2.9% clearance financing.
Camry coupes, sedans, wagons.
And for the first time ever, factory-to-dealer incentive savings on Camry coupes.
Get huge savings on Camry coupe.
But it all ends October 3rd. Get to your Toyota dealer's year-end clearance before these Camry deals are going.
2.9% annual percentage rate, no down payment required. A qualified term not to exceed 36 months with approved credit through Toyota Motor Credit Corporation on all new 94 Camrys. 36 payments of $29.04 per $1,000 borrowed. $250 dealer contribution may affect purchase price. Take delivery by October 3rd, 1994. See your participating Toyota dealer for details.
Your Toyota dealer's low financing on every 94 Camry in stock was brought back by popular demand. But better hurry. Like they say, get it before it's gone.
I need home cooking. I need home cooking. Cooking all day, cooking all night, cooking it fresh, cooking it right. I need home cooking.
At Boston Chicken, we're home cooking for you. Boston Chicken's cooking up fresh meals all day, so you don't have to. Boston Chicken, that's home cooking.
That's what I want. Home cooking.
Songs. Classic rock and roll. The classic rock station. 94 WISP.
4:16 to go in the first half. Eagles have a 1st and 10, the ball on their own 35-yard line, moving right to left.
The Eagles in their first 3 games rushed for a total of 92 yards. Right now, Charlie Garner has gained 68 yards on the ground himself.
And Garner is back in the game as the tailback in the eye. Cunningham is back. He looks. He starts to scramble. Then he fires and he completes it up at the 49-yard line or 39-yard line to Calvin Williams.
And Randall is sharp. He was looking for Bavaro downfield. He bumped. He saw both safeties converging on Bavaro. He avoids the rush, steps to his right, and then throws to the wide receiver on the far side of the field.
Pickup of about 5 yards.
Like the call going out of the eye to the pass after they run the ball every first down with Charlie Garner.
2nd down and 5 at the 39. Walker, the up back. Calvin Williams in motion on a delay. It goes to Garner across the 40, 45 midfield, and Charlie Garner tackled at the 49ers 46-yard line by Ken Norton. He's running wild.
And Rich Kotite comes up. The offense showed 2 tight ends all their offensive series. This offensive series, they come out with 2 wide receivers, 1 tight end, and the regular look. 49ers adjusted to 2 tight ends. Kotite says, okay, I'm going to show you what the 1 tight end offense is. And that opens it up to the eye slant plays.
16-yard gain. 1st and 10 at the 49ers 46. Backs in the eye once again. Motion as Williams comes to the near side. Again to Charlie Garner. Dips and slants and comes down to the 40 this time. Boy, is he running. Not to jinx him, Stan.
There wasn't a hole there. There wasn't much of a hole there. He dipped to his left, dipped to his right, and then fell forward for the positive yard of 6 yards.
Does he remind you of a former teammate? I don't want to jinx him either. I don't want to jinx him either. He has 9 carries for 98 yards in his NFL debut. And we're still in the first half with 2:21 to go until halftime. This time the back's in a wide open set. Receiver split. Cunningham on a delay. Now fires it out to Garner at the 40, at the 35-30, 25-20, 15, and Charlie Garner out of bounds at the 49ers 12-yard line. Merton Hanks, and this time he did it with a little swing pass.
And you're looking at the Eagles' future. Here it is. Bernard Williams, the #1 draft pick, gets out in front of the screen of Charlie Garner, running downfield. The #2 pick catches the ball from Randall Cunningham, and they bring the ball all the way down to the Eagles' 12-yard line. As Charlie Garner turns upfield, he's got big Bernard Williams, who's with experience, will learn to run over that defensive back.
And we're taking a timeout on the field for the 2-minute warning with the score. The Eagles 23, the 49ers 8 on the Eagles Football Network. Taste the difference. Drink Snapple Sport, the awesome sports drink from Snapple, the delicious way to recharge and replenish lost nutrients. Snapple Sport is America's thirst quencher, only from Snapple, made from the best stuff on earth. 2 minutes to go in the first half. Eagles 23, 49ers 8. Eagles with a 1st and 10. The ball at the 49ers 12. Back split. So are the wide receivers. Cunningham on 1st down. Spins. He's back. He's looking. Still looking. He fires high, incomplete in the direction of Mark Bavaro. That'll bring up a 2nd down and 10.
Randall was throwing that one away.
Yes, he was.
Good coverage on the part of the 49ers. Bavaro's deepest down the field, so he just throws away over Bavaro's head out of bounds.
And a Sports Authority scoreboard. Look at the other games.
Okay, the Cowboys go to 3-1 with a 34-7 win over the Redskins. The New England Patriots upset the Green Bay Packers 17-16 final. Cleveland rolls over the Jets 27-7. Indianapolis beats Seattle 17-15.
2nd and 10 from the 12. Back split again. So are the wide receivers. Now Williams in motion from left to right. Cunningham backpedals. He's looking, still looking. He fires, and it is caught inside the 5 by Calvin Williams, and he is out of bounds at about the 4, pushed out by Eric Davis. But they're about 1.5 yards shy of a first down.
That's a hard catch because Calvin Williams is looking right back into the sun when he makes that catch from Randall Cunningham. He's looking right back into the sun, and he goes up and catches the ball.
He already has 7 receptions for 97 yards. It's 3rd down and 1. This time the backs in an eye over formation. Slot. Motion. Cunningham gives off. Fakes. Now he's going to run, and he dives for the 1st down. Cunningham with a nice fake inside. Took it back and then veered off to his right and dove for the 1st down in front of Dennis Brown.
I think you're going to have a close spot here. I think Randall picked it up, but I thought he had it like you did, Merrill. But when the referee ran in, they're going to measure now. I think it's a 1st down, but I thought he had it more than a measurement.
They're going to bring in the chains. Don't forget to join Harold Carmichael and Tom Cardella and Bill Werndell for Eagle Talk, live from the entertainment complex at Club Excalibur and Planet Cherry Hill on Route 70 in Cherry Hill, New Jersey, immediately following today's game. They will stretch the chains, and he has it by the length of the football. 1:36 to go here in the first half.
I thought he had it by 1 yard. I'm saying, whoa, there's a tough spot there.
Yeah. Another nice thing about this, Stan, is it gives the Eagles a 1st and goal from the 2, and it keeps the ball out of the 49ers' hands. Eagles up 23-8.
Eagles have 2 timeouts remaining in this half.
And they have the larger backs in. Joseph and Walker. Everybody in tight. Brian Neal is a wing to the far side. Cunningham hands off. Touchdown, Herschel Walker. On a quick opener right up the middle. Walker went through for the score, and the lead increases. That was an important drive, Stan.
Oh, very. Come right back after the 49ers scored. You don't let their offense build momentum. We're always saying it about after the Eagles score that the defense can't allow the other team come right back and score.
You know, I think I might have preferred to see them stacked up a couple of downs and eat about a minute off the clock before scoring.
See, 21 points. You might want to go for 2 here. You're up by 21.
Here is Eddie Murray for the extra point. Ball is spotted. The kick is up, and the kick is good.
Now you're 22.
And it is 30-8. A 22-point lead. There is a timeout on the field with the score. The Eagles 30, the 49ers 8. On the East led the Bears in the 4th quarter 30-0 and ended up in a very, very tense situation, although they won the game. Here is Eddie Murray's kickoff again. This one is deeper. In fact, it's a beauty, taking it to the goal line where Dexter Carter comes out to the 5, 10, 15, and won't reach the 20 thanks to a nice tackle by Rich Miano. Miano drew a bead on Dexter Carter and spilled him at the 17th. Join me tomorrow night at Chi-Chi's on Route 611 and
calm down there, pal.
1st and 10. Slot to the far side, backs in an open set. Young is back to throw, has time, swings it out to the far side of the field, and Logan is stopped after a very short gain and a nice tackle by Eric Allen.
And William Thomas was out there. Good job of bracketing the receiver. Keep the clock running.
Pickup of only 1 yard.
No huddle offense.
2nd down and 9. Back goes Young again. He looks, goes over the middle, and completes this time up at the 31-yard line to Jerry Rice. Clock ticking. 40 seconds, 41 seconds, and they're going to call a timeout right here.
First charge timeout, San Francisco. 42nd timeout.
All right, in a moment to remind you to join me tomorrow night at Chi-Chi's on Route 611 and Maryland Road in Willow Grove when the Steelers take on the Oilers. And I'll be on hand to enjoy the game with you. And this week, we'll be joined by the Eagles cheerleaders who will autograph their new 1994-95 calendar only at Chi-Chi's, Route 611 and Maryland Road in Willow Grove. That is tomorrow night. I will see you at Chi-Chi's. Don't forget, at halftime, it is Bill Campbell with his halftime guest, Kevin Callahan of the Carrier Post. Eagles leading the 49ers 30-8 with 41 seconds to go in the first half.
On the far sideline, during the timeout, Bud Carson has William Thomas, Byron Evans, and Greg Jackson talking over the strategy.
Young is always dangerous.
They're staying with 4 down linemen, 3 linebackers, and 4. They're not in a prevent defense with 41 seconds.
Back goes Young again. He looks. Now he starts to run up the middle, and he doesn't get far. Gets up to the 35-yard line where he is well contained by Evans and Grossman. Clock ticking.
Timeout.
31 seconds, and they'll stop it.
Yeah, Young had to call the other timeout. Good pass rush to force Young to scramble.
San Francisco.
And then good convergence when he ran down the field.
40 seconds.
Okay, going back over the scores, we give you the finals. We missed one. Tampa Bay upset Detroit 24-14. Tampa Bay is now 2-3. Going back, New England beat Green Bay 17-16. Trouble in Packerland. Mike Holmgren, Brett Favre, 17-16. Okay, these games are in progress. Minnesota and Arizona are all tied at 7 apiece in the second quarter.
I was at a banquet this week where somebody got a great laugh by saying, did you hear about Buddy Ryan in Phoenix, that he had a tough time getting into his house because somebody painted a goal line across his driveway?
We'll talk about Arizona. Arizona defense is doing very well. Unfortunately, their offense, and we forget that Buddy Ryan inherited Randall Cunningham, a scrambling quarterback with the broken play offense, and he built a good defense. Okay, other games, 13-3 Giants over New Orleans in the second quarter. Chicago beating Buffalo 7-3 second quarter. And the Rams score a safety, and they're now beating Atlanta 2-0 in the second quarter. That must be a real exciting game.
Second down and 6 for the 49ers up at their own 35. Young takes a deep drop this time and fires to a wide open receiver on the near side, Ricky Waters, who takes it up to the 48 with 25 seconds to go. With 4 wide receivers, 3 to the left. Single setback as Young is back. Young is looking. He has it deflected in the air, and it's intercepted by the Eagles. It is intercepted by Andy Harmon. Deflected by William Fuller and intercepted by Andy Harmon at the 49ers 48.
Nice play by William Fuller. He was being blocked, and he spun out of it, got his hands up in the air. The ball goes up in the air, and then Andy Harmon goes up there and makes the basket catch. But to come out of the spin and go up in the air with both hands, William Fuller makes a real nice defensive play, and then Andy Harmon runs down and catches the ball over his shoulder at the pop-up, right in the breadbasket.
That ties Andy Harmon with Eric Allen in interceptions this season. That won't last. Okay, if you're the Eagles, do you go for it again, or do you run out these 18 seconds? I don't know. 3 receivers to the right, and they're gone. Cunningham back. Penalty flag as Randall is tackled at the 48-yard line, and I think they're going to get holding.
Lester Holmes gets up, shaking.
Bryant Young and Dennis
I think
Brown
you
there.
go for the pressure.
Let's
now
see.
at 12 seconds, you maybe, your element of surprise is gone, so you go back and run the clock out.
Holding, number 78, offense. 10-yard penalty, first down.
Calling it on Antone this time. 12 seconds to go.
Antone's working against Dana Stubblefield, the Rookie of the Year in the NFL last year.
I think you kneel down this time and get Randall to the locker room healthy. And worry about...
Yeah, but with 22 seconds, I think you take the surprise.
Yeah.
Maybe you get a long pass and you get down here in the field goal range.
They move it back to the 42-yard line. The Eagles 42. Eagles are up by 22 points. And the Eagles are going to take a timeout.
Timeout to Philadelphia. 40 seconds.
That's interesting. Don't forget the post-game show. Of course, we have a whole half before that, but we'll have our player interview, our star of the game player interview, and If things continue to go this way, we are going to try to get you Charlie Garner. Then Rich Kotite's post-game press conference, followed by Eagle Talk. In his first game. Here we go. Cunningham, now with a tight formation, is just going to kneel down, and the clock will tick away the second. And that will do it as the seconds tick away. And the fans are booing here at Candlestick Park. The end of the first half with the score, the Eagles 30, the 49ers 8 on the Eagles Football Network. 41, again a running play to Ricky Waters, and he picks up about 4 yards, 3.5 or 4. Let's see where they spot the football. I don't think he quite picked up the first down. Might have missed it by about a yard as they spot it at the 45-yard line. So the 49ers have a 3rd down and 1.
At this point, you don't want to get beat by the weak point of the San Francisco 49ers offense, which is their running game. Make them beat you with their best. And they've got their best out there now, Jerry Rice against Eric Allen.
Rice goes in motion on 3rd down. Young's going to pass. He fires. It's incomplete, and the pass rush created that. Bearing in was Greg Townsend from the right side, and Young tried to link up with Rice and threw it early and incomplete. The 49ers have to punt.
And it was a typical Jerry Rice just going down the field 4 yards. Steve Young gets the ball. If Jerry Rice breaks Eric Allen's tackle, he's probably off for a touchdown, but a good pass rush.
If I were a 49er fan, second guessing, which of course is a fan's right, I'd be saying, why didn't they try the ground attack again? Because they've been running with some success. Here is Wilmsmeyer to punt. Seidner to return. Wilmsmeyer gets it and boots it low. Penalty flag down as the ball only comes across the 40 to the 38. Wilmsmeyer practically missed the ball.
Now this flag could be the interior line leaving before the punt. For some reason, Wilmsmeyer just got that ball and just zinged it. He misdropped it maybe, or he just hit it.
He hit it low.
This could be a very interesting call. Because it gives the 49ers a 1st down if it's against the Eagles for some reason.
It's not. It's against the 49ers, I'm almost sure.
I didn't see any. Did you see preliminary signal?
Here it is.
Face mask against the Eagles.
Well, wait a minute. How can you get a face mask against...
Well, somebody, trying to hold up the guy going downfield.
But that would be post-possession.
No, it doesn't. It's before the kick. If the guy's releasing before the ball's kicked and you grab him by the face mask, it's not post-possession.
Well, let's see. I'm almost sure it's the Eagles'
49ers offense is going back on the field, and here comes the Eagles' defense. Oh, no, the Eagles' offense is walking back.
No, here we go. I'll be surprised if this is against the Eagles. I mean, if the Eagles don't end up with the football. Here it is.
Here it is.
Personal foul, face mask, number 93, receiving team after the ball was kicked.
Post-possession.
15 yards from the dead ball spot. 1st down for Philadelphia.
Post-possession. Taste the difference. Drink Snapple Sport, the awesome sports drink from Snapple, the delicious way to recharge and replenish lost nutrients. Snapple Sport, it's America's thirst quencher, only from Snapple, made from the best stuff on earth.
Randall Cunningham was 11 of 16 for 171 yards and 1 touchdown. As we mentioned, Charlie Garner rushed for 94 official yards on 12 carries. That's a 7.8 average.
Eagles have a 1st and 10, and they have the football at their own 22-yard line.
2-back offense, 1 tight end.
And one of those backs, Charlie Garner, the other Herschel Walker. 1st and 10 at the 22. Cunningham's going to throw on 1st down. He fires out and completes it to Calvin Williams across the 30 up at the 32 or 33. Deion Sanders and Lee Woodall making the stop, but Calvin Williams' great day continues. That is his 12th reception. Freddie Barnett has yet to make his 1st, but Cunningham has been going to Calvin Williams. I guess you take what they give you.
Now you got Calvin Williams lined up against Deion Sanders. That might be the reason, is that Barnett's against Sanders most of the day.
1st and 10, the ball up at the 34. On 1st down, Cunningham slips it off to Garner, bounces outside, looks for running room, can't find much, but nevertheless gets across the 35 up to the 36. Doesn't quite get to the 37, up to about the 36, where Sanders and Woodall make the stop.
And right now, this crowd is very quiet. That was a good defensive play on the part of the 49ers. Yet this crowd doesn't cheer because they're down 30-8.
Pickup of 2 by Garner. That gives him 96 yards. That is the official total. He's up to 96 yards. Second down and 8. This time the Eagles go with the I formation. James Joseph, the up back. Walker, the tailback. Cunningham is back. He's being chased. He fires it out to Walker, who can't find any running room, and he's thrown for a loss back at the 33.
Ricky Jackson just taught the rookie Bernard Williams a lesson. He was on the outside. Ricky Jackson rushed inside of Bernard Williams, got to the inside shoulder, and just drove to the quarterback where Randall threw the ball.
Right now, they are looking over at Garner's shoulder. Third down and 11. Eagles go with 3 receivers, including Walker to the left. Lone receiver to the near side. 49ers may have jumped. Cunningham is back. He is going to start forward, and now the penalty flags fly.
It's against the Eagles.
Against the Eagles for motion, drawing them.
Ball start.
Yep.
Number 74, offense.
Bernard Williams, the rookie, got beat by Ricky Jackson on the inside. So now he's leaning back to get a quick start, and he anticipates the count. Gets caught for a false start.
Stan, they were looking at Garner over on the sideline at his shoulder area. Now, it may just be adjusting a piece of equipment. He is wearing specially designed pads. Now the Eagles have a third down and 16. Back at their own 28. 11-12 to go in the third quarter. Eagles leading 30-8. Slot to either side. Cunningham straight back. He's loading up. He's loading up. He fires. It is juggled and caught by Barnett. Barnett looks for an outside route, but can't find any room to maneuver, and is run out of bounds up at the 34-yard line. And that will be his 200th career reception. But it's not enough to pick up the first down. As a matter of fact, it picks up only 5 yards, and the Eagles have to punt.
Berger's got to come up with a big punt. You have to worry about the 49ers maybe putting a rush on to try to get a block punt, shorten the field so they can get back in this ball game trailing 30-8.
Here is Berger standing back inside his 20. First time he punted today, he did a great job pinning the 49ers inside their own 5-yard line, and ultimately that led to a sack and a safety. Here is the punt. It's not good. It's a line drive. Carter takes it at the 30, and he is tackled as he comes to the 35 or 36, but not a good punt by Mitch Berger. It had very little hang time. It wasn't a disastrous punt nor a disastrous result, but it wasn't good either. There's a timeout
up against the 49ers passing game.
Second and 10, single setback, wing to the near side. On second down, Young takes a short drop. He fires it incomplete, intended on a little look-in to Brent Jones, and the ball bangs off his palm, incomplete. And he looks over at Young as if to say, what are you doing? Young just rifled it to Brent Jones, who was about 5 yards away.
49ers are not playing very well. I've seen them complete that little quick look in because they double. Bud Carson doubles both wide receivers, so they give it to the tight end real quick, and they use it as a running play to pick up 5 yards and have 3rd and 5 instead of 3rd and 10.
And here is another one of those important third downs from the 49ers 36-yard line. 3 wide receivers. Young looking. He's going over the top, and it is incomplete. Intended for Jerry Rice. We've seen him make that catch before, but there was traffic provided by Eric Allen and Greg Jackson, and the pass was not caught.
And Rich Miano getting over there. As soon as he ran that post pattern, the safeties jumped on him. As soon as he was coming down the field, all the safeties, Greg Jackson, Rich Miano, and Eric Allen, who had the primary coverage, converged on him.
We've seen Rice score on plays just like that. It was a well-thrown pass. Rice just didn't haul it in. Here is Wilmsmeyer to punt. His last one was terrible, and this one is a poor one also, very short. Seidner calls for a fair catch and makes it up at the 36-yard line. Not a good punt by Wilmsmeyer. Neither team has Ray Guy out there. And Charlie Garner, who has 96 yards rushing in his debut, is back in. Single setback. Barnett in motion. On first down, Cunningham looks left. He is still looking. He's loading up. He's going down the far side, out of bounds, incomplete. Barnett over there, double covered, and Randall threw it away. Incomplete. Randall sashayed to his left. Randall probably throws better to his left,
I think,
his opposite side, than almost any quarterback.
Dana Stubblefield runs into Randall Cunningham after he throws the ball. And I think Mark Bright could have thrown a flag there, the referee, but he doesn't throw the flag. But he goes over and he talks to Stubblefield. I think he gives him the warning.
2nd and 10. Slot to the near side of the field. The ball at the Eagles 36. Cunningham to Garner, and this time Garner goes no place. He is pulled down for a 1-yard loss at the 35-yard line. Ricky Jackson and Gary Plummer all over him this time, and it'll put the Eagles in a third and about 10.5.
Third quarter scores. It's Minnesota and Arizona all tied up at 7 apiece. The New Orleans Saints over the Giants 17-13 in the third quarter. Buffalo's beating Chicago 13-10 in the third quarter. And that 5-0 game, the Rams have kicked a field goal to take a 5-0 lead over that run-and-shoot offense of the Atlanta Falcons. 5-0 in the third.
Third down and 11 for the Eagles. The ball at the 35. 3 wide receivers to the right. Lone receiver to the left. Cunningham straight back. He's looking, he is firing. And it is caught for a first down by Calvin Williams at the 50-yard line. He makes the catch. It was not on target, but Calvin Williams went down on his knees and caught the ball inches off the grass.
About 7 yards in front of Calvin Williams was Herschel Walker. And Herschel Walker, I thought the ball might have been to Herschel Walker and it was going to be overthrown. And then all of a sudden, Calvin Williams makes the catch.
Boy, that is something. When things are going right, they are really going right. The Eagles have the football just short of midfield. Charlie Garner remains in as the single setback. Again, the double tight end and the wide receiver split. Reese Johnson in motion from left to right. It's a give to Garner off the right side, across the 50, across the 45, and Charlie Garner pulled out of bounds at the 49ers 43-yard line. An 8-yard pickup, and that'll put him over the 100-yard mark.
How quick is Charlie Garner? On this play, Maurice Johnson just stands up. Lee Woodall just stands him up, and as Woodall's trying to peek over the shoulder of Maurice Johnson to see where the ball carrier is, Garner's already passed him for an 8-yard gain. 7-yard gain.
Second down and about 2.5. This time Johnson is a wing to the near side. Now starts in motion. And Cunningham again goes to Garner. Garner with a big hole across the 40, across the 35. And Charlie Garner down to the 33-yard line where McDonald makes the tackle. But Charlie Garner is a one-man show right now.
I think you got some people sharing the credit. Lester Holmes pulls out from his right guard position, pulls over and buries the inside linebacker, Ken Norton Jr., with an excellent run.
It'll be 1st and 10 for the Eagles at the San Francisco 34. 7:50 to go here in the third quarter. Eagles leading 30-8. This time Walker is back in as Cunningham takes his drop. He fires and he completes it to Maurice Johnson at the 30-yard line for a 4-yard gain. Went to his tight end that time and picked up just a bit, but he still picks up 4 yards. Let's pause 5 seconds for station identification on the Eagles Football Network.
You're listening.
Comes out this series with the 2 tight end offense.
Second down at about 5.5. Walker the single setback as Johnson's in motion. Cunningham play action. He's looking. He's pointing. He's going to run to the 25, to the 20, and Cunningham with another first down at the 49ers 18-yard line before Bryant Young pulls him down.
This play's designed for pass or run. Once Randall sees the open field, he points downfield, and Mark Bavaro does a nice job of tying up the rookie linebacker Lee Woodall, and Randall runs for the first down. Randall saw that Bavaro had good position on Woodall. He just pointed at him and said, I'm running, and Bavaro went into a block, and he picks up the first down.
Walker remains in as the single setback. Wing to the far side, and Maurice Johnson slot to the far side. Ball at the Niners 18. Cunningham gives to Walker. Walker at the 15. Walker pulled out of bounds at the 14. Walker that time with about a 4-yard run. And right now the Eagles have the 49ers where they want them. 6:15 to play here in the third quarter. The Eagles leading by 22 points, and the Eagles on the attack.
And in comes Vaughn Hebron for the first time this afternoon.
Well, that's something when you really have versatility. You have some depth in the running back department. And Reese Johnson comes out. And Hebron has quickness. Wide receivers are split, and the backs are in a wide open set. It brings up a 2nd down and 5. Ball at the 49ers 13 as Cunningham takes his drop. He lets it go. It is deflected, and it is incomplete. Almost picked off on the deflection. Deion Sanders sprawling for the ball.
Vaughn Hebron should have had that ball.
Yep.
Randall gunned it at him. He had to throw it hard, and the
almost picked it off. The one thing you want here, Stan, is the minimum of a field goal.
Yeah.
Because that would put the 49ers 25 points down. Here we go. 3rd down and 5. Receivers split. Backs in an open set. Calvin Williams in motion. Cunningham back under a rush. He puts it in the air and it's incomplete. He just threw it away because the pass rush had come, and Randall ends up on the seat of his pants as Dana Stubblefield knocked him over.
A good pass rush and a good call by Bill McPherson, the defensive coordinator of the 49ers, to call for the blitz. Ken Norton was coming. Stubblefield. Randall just throws the ball away rather than taking the sack. So Murray's lined up for a field goal. 31-yarder.
That's what it'll be. Ray Rhodes, of course, came over from Green Bay to work with that defense. Ball will be spotted at the 21. Here we go with a 31-yard attempt for Eddie Murray. Ball is spotted. It's a fake. And running with the football.
No.
And running in.
Blowing.
They're going to blow it dead.
Something happened there. They were going to fake it. Now they can't fake it. Delay of game. They didn't get it off. It would have worked. They had the 49ers. It would have worked.
Yep. Bubby Brister, the holder, picked it up and ran, but they did not get it off.
That's up to the center to snap the ball. They had it in there. It would have worked. Delay of game penalty. Coat tight going to all the plays in the playbook.
They had it. And you're right, it would have worked.
I was surprised he even goes for it, but what surprised everybody here.
I don't think they'll go for it again.
25. No, if you take the element.
All right, so it's going to be a 36-yard field goal attempt for Eddie Murray, who's been perfect so far. The kick is away. It's good. And Eddie Murray is 9 for 9. Eddie Murray with a 36-yard field goal, and the Eagles' lead grows with 5:27 to go here in the third quarter. Eddie Murray to kick off. Eagles leading 33-8. Ball is blown off the tee. The reason that field goal was so important is because it gives the Eagles a 25-point lead, which means that the 49ers would need more than 3 scores. And I'm talking about 3 8-point scores.
I like the idea of going for the field goal. You saw something, the fake. You saw something in their coverage. Or
here's the kickoff by Murray. It is low and it bounces across the 20, and it is picked up at the 16-yard line by Rice. Out across the 20 to the 12. Derek LaVille this time, out to the 25-30, and there he stops. But for a moment, I thought they had Rice as it took a hook over on the far side, but that was Derek LaVille.
I think if I'm George Seifert, I might put Deion Sanders back there. Why not play Sanders back there? He had a big, long 79 touchdown interception return.
Right now, there's a timeout on the field with the score. The Eagles 33, the 49ers 8 on the Eagles Football Network.
I need home cooking. I need home cooking. Cooking all day, cooking all night, cooking it fresh, cooking it right. I need home cooking.
At Boston Chicken, we're home cooking for you. Boston Chicken's cooking up fresh meals all day, so you don't have to. Boston Chicken, that's home cooking.
Yeah, that's what I want. Home cooking.
Don't let winter
driving spoiled the winter season for you, be prepared with a new pair of Anco winter blades. They're 50% heavier than regular blades with riveted steel construction so they won't twist or bend, combines with a special rubber covering that protects the frame from icy buildup. Get smooth, clean, dependable wiping action for maximum visibility in snow and freezing rain. Be prepared with a new pair of Anco winter wiper blades. Anco products can be found at Bucks County Auto Parts in Langhorne, Burlington County Auto Parts in Burlington, and Cubby's Auto Parts in Bridgeton, New Jersey.
Once upon a time in America, they forged steel and built railroads, skyscrapers, and cars. And the work gloves they wore bore a white mule and the name Wells Lamont. Now America is again saying, let's show the world the quality we can produce. At Wells Lamont, we believe in America. That's why we make more gloves in America than anyone else. Gloves that fit with quality that lasts. And we have since 1907 because we're stubborn about quality too. For Wells Lamont Gloves, this is James Earl Jones. Only the great songs. 4 decades. Classic rock and roll. The classic rock station. 94 WISP.
5:17 to go here in the third quarter. Still a lot of time left in this game, but the Eagles have a 25-point lead at 33-8. By the way, the official count on Calvin Williams is 9 receptions. First and 10 for the 49ers. The line of scrimmage there, 30. Wide receiver split. Backs in an open set. Young wants to throw on first down. He is hit as he lets it go and completes it to Mark Logan, who is hit, crawls along the ground, and down he goes at the 35-yard line. And Young just got that off and picks up 5 yards.
No huddle offense. I didn't think they would go to no huddle this early. Our Sparta Mark Dalton said they would. I thought they would just go with a hurry up, but go back and huddle in and out of the play fast.
Second down and 5 at the 35, and Young dropping again. He fires incomplete this time. Tried to go to Logan again, and he was almost hit from behind as coming in was Romanowski. And that'll bring up a third down and 5. With the exception of one drive in the first half, the Eagles have given the 49ers fits. The Eagles, I could say the Eagles defense, but so is the Eagles offense. Both.
Rice against McMillan on the far side.
Third down and 5 as Young retreats. He fires to the far side and completes it to Rice, who is tackled by McMillan around the ankles, but up to the 48-yard line he goes with a first down.
Excellent tackle by Mark McMillan. If McMillan misses that tackle,
goodbye.
But Jerry Rice knows it because Jerry Rice lowers his shoulders and tries to run over Mark McMillan. He's going to try to run him over. But McMillan gets a little bit lower and wraps him up, his arms around Rice's legs.
First and 10 near midfield. Young back again. He swings it out and it's dropped. Incomplete. Dropped by Mark Logan.
Never seen the 49ers drop more passes.
Mark Logan, who has been around with the Bengals and with the Dolphins, having a couple of problems. Second down and 10. Backs in an open set again. The wide receiver split. Back goes Young. He throws hurriedly and it's incomplete. Tried to get it to Rice.
William Fuller hits Steve Young from the blind side right in the lower part of the legs, and Steve Young is taking a beating. And that could be our Slack Hoagie Shack whack of the game. Young is taking a beating.
He really is. Third down and 10. Never thought I'd feel sorry for a 49ers quarterback.
There hasn't been much reason
I still
to
don't
ever feel sorry for them.
I still don't. And in comes Elvis Gerback.
Yeah, Young is getting too banged up. Boy, this
and
is
he's going
tough.
to call a timeout.
This is tough to. Boy, Seifert. I mean, you don't pull Steve Young during this unless he's really hurting.
And there is a timeout on the field with the score. The Eagles 33, the 49ers 8 on the Eagles Football Network.
Before you buy a mobile phone, remember, the following restrictions may apply. You may not use it to contact clients. You may not use it to hear news. You may not use it for faxes or electronic information. In fact, you may not use a mobile phone at all unless
Hello?
the call goes through. A mobile phone is only as good as the system it's on. Choose Bell Atlantic Mobile. You can always get more if you know which buttons to push, especially with your cellular phone. Just push 411 send and you get Info Assist. A whole new level of information and assistance. Info Assist can give you not just phone numbers, but also information on restaurants, towing services, sporting events, and much, much more. And Info Assist even connects you automatically. Call Info Assist from your cellular phone. Dial 411 send. Another reason to choose Bell Atlantic Mobile. Certain restrictions apply.
Barry Sable, Philadelphia's only diamond authority, is making it easier for you to purchase that very special diamond with his exclusive finance-free credit program. To all qualified buyers, Barry Sable's finance-free program gives you 3 full months with no interest and no payments. What a great offer. Buy the diamond of your choice today and you don't have to worry about a payment or interest for 3 full months. Barry Sable's finance-free credit program. The Diamond Authority has done it again. 735 Sansom Street.
Playing 4 decades of classic rock and roll. The Classic Rock Station 94 WYSP.
Elvis Gerbeck now in quarterbacking the 49ers. So you have a 3rd down and 10 at their own 49.
And I just think George Seifert just pulled a bad move, embarrassing Steve Young by inserting Gerbeck. If Steve Young's hurting and taking a beating, he should take himself out. But Steve Young has done too much for this organization to be pulled on 3rd and 10 like that. And Steve Young was furious, and during the timeout had to be close to physically restrained from going up there and telling Seifert off.
Here's Gerbeck, 3rd down and 10. Eagles may be coming right here. Gerbeck is back, takes a short drop. He fires to Rice and completes the pass, but Rice does not pick up the 1st down. He is short of the 1st down. He makes the catch at the Eagles 44.
But down 25 points, you're in 4
They
down
have to go for it.
Yeah.
It'll be a 4th down and about 2. And in comes Ed McCaffrey and Mark Logan. 3:43 to go here in the 3rd quarter. And Gerbeck remains in. And if he doesn't pick it up here, the Eagles are going to have the ball in great position again. 4th and 2. Gerbeck puts Rice in motion. He backs up. He's hit as he fires the pass low and incomplete. Couldn't get it to Ricky Waters. And the rush was coming in the person of Bert Grossman. And the Eagles hold and take over on downs.
Just had a feeling they were going to Ricky Waters, either the run or his shoot pattern. They went to the pattern. Bad pass by Gerbeck. And right now on the sideline, it's very interesting. But Steve Young is walking one way and George Seifert the other way. And right now, you could have a confrontation on this sideline, on the 49ers sidelines, which is just below us. Right now, there are players standing between Seifert and Steve Young.
Stan, I have never seen the 49ers so disorganized. 1st and 10, Eagles with the football at their own 43-yard line with 3:22 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Walker and Garner the backs. Now Walker in motion to the right side. Cunningham with a short drop. He looks, he fires, and it is incomplete.
Once again, that's one of those patterns that the Eagles have shown today. The ball goes by Herschel Walker. He kind of reaches for it, but Bavaro's in a position to almost make a great catch, similar to the one Calvin Williams made. The Eagles are flooding the zones.
Now they have Hebron in.
2 men in the same zone.
Walker and Hebron, 2nd down and 10. Ball remains at the 43 with 3:17 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Eagles leading 33-8. I formation this time with Walker in front of Hebron. Williams in motion. Cunningham on a delay, gives it to Hebron, who spins across the 45 and up to the 46. Vaughn shows some quickness.
Vaughn Hebron just put a move on Ken Norton Jr., the linebacker, filling the hole. Norton has him lined up, and at the last second, a little sidestep move, and Hebron avoids Ken Norton tackle and picks up some yards, or he would have been dropped for no gain.
It'll be a 3rd down and 6. Line of scrimmage, the Eagles' 47-yard line, moving from our left to our right here in the 3rd quarter. Eagles with a 25-point lead. 4 receivers as Walker now lines up, split to the right. Single setback. 49ers may have jumped, or were they drawn? Cunningham is going to be sacked all the way back at the 31-yard line.
Now,
let's see.
The 49ers were in the neutral zone when one of the Eagles moved. We'll see what the call is.
Well, if it's against the Eagles, the position will not be back here because the play would have been blown dead.
Offside, number 94.
Defense.
5-yard penalty.
Yeah, he was in the neutral.
Third down.
The new rule is if that defensive man's in the neutral zone and the offensive man flinches, it's the penalties against the defense.
I'd like to invite you to join me at Chi-Chi's on Route 611 and Merrill Road in Willow Grove tomorrow night. We'll watch the Steelers and the Oilers on the big screen TV, and I'll be there to enjoy the game with you. We'll be joined by the Eagles cheerleaders who will autograph the new calendar only at Chi-Chi's on Route 611 and Maryland Road. See you there tomorrow night in Willow Grove. For the Eagles, it's 3rd and 1. The backs side by side. James Joseph back in the game. Joseph takes the handoff. Joseph has the first down as he comes across the 49ers 45 and plunges deeper in the 49ers territory at the 43, and the clock ticking as it heads inside the 2-minute mark here in the 3rd quarter.
Right now there's a coach standing down there with his arm around Steve Young, but he's got his hand on his shoulder pad. Young made about 4 trips to try to get over to tell George Seifert off. And I'm not sure, I think it's Shanahan who's holding on to him, and Steve Young is saying, I want a piece of Seifert now. I want to tell him off. That was really bold to pull him out like he did.
1st and 10 Eagles, the ball at the 49ers 43-yard line. Backs are Joseph and Walker. The handoff goes to Herschel. Tries to get to the outside. Does. Straight arms one man. Picks up yardage across the 40 and down of bounds at about the 38-yard line. Brought down by Burton Hanks. But the clock continues to tick, and the Eagles are moving the football once again. 5 yards for Walker that time.
Just talking about the 49ers.
Please, not yet.
This loss.
It's not over yet. Don't do that.
They're broken. They're broken. They take Steve Young out. This team is broken. Right now, you've got teams.
Remember Minnesota?
Yeah, but Minnesota was an entirely different thing. Nobody was embarrassed. This game here is going to be a turning point in this 49er organization.
2nd down and about 4. Slot to the far side of the field. Out of the slot comes Calvin Williams, who's had a big day. It's a running play again to Joseph, and it goes no place as he's tripped up and goes straight down.
Can I ask you something? You think Elvis Gerbach is going to lead a 25-point comeback with 40 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter?
Right now, I think it would take Elvis Presley. But that doesn't mean I'll relax until I'm on the bus.
But I can't tell you, they're still restraining Young, holding on to his jersey. They got 2 people around him. They're trying to calm him down. I mean, you broke the 49ers. Right now, you've got factions forming on this team. You got the offensive lineman. You got Jerry Rice going over to Shanahan saying, what's going on?
Here we go, 3rd down and 4. Single setback, double wing. Cunningham straight back. He's looking. He puts it in the air, and he completes it to Walker for a 1st down at the 49ers 27-yard line, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter. There's the end of the 3rd quarter with the score. The Eagles 33, the 49ers 8 on the Eagles Football Network.
A mobile phone to say,
look, I'm just a mile away. Why don't I swing by and I'll show you the contract?
There is no
Mike, we've got a big problem. Davidson looked at the estimate.
And the mobile phone will never let you tell anyone.
Now I'm completely lost, so I can't find Norwood at all.
Unless
Hello?
the call goes through. A mobile phone is only as good as the system it's on. Choose Bell Atlantic Mobile. You can always get more if you know which buttons to push, especially with your cellular phone. Just push 411 send and you get Info Assist, a whole new level of information and assistance. Info Assist can give you not just phone numbers, but also information on restaurants, towing services, sporting events, and much, much more. And Info Assist even connects you automatically. Call Info Assist from your cellular phone. Dial 411 send. Another reason to choose Bell Atlantic Mobile. Certain restrictions apply.
It's now officially football season. Unless you like frostbite, it's time to gear up. The original I. Goldberg has everything you need for a winning season. Columbia rainwear, shot leather jackets, MA1 flight jackets, and Sharhart brown duck Arctic coats. Starter teamwear, wool pea coats and overcoats, trench coats, parkas, military surplus from around the world, plus all the socks, hats, scarves, gloves, and thermal underwear you could possibly want. You can find them all at the original I. Goldberg, 902 Chestnut Street and Franklin Mills.
Only the great songs. 4 decades. Classic rock and roll. The classic rock station. 94 WISP.
Merrill, Reese, and Stan Walters back at Candlestick Park where we get set for the fourth quarter. And the Eagles leading 33-8. And the Eagles have a 1st and 10 at the 49ers 26.
And right now, this 49ers franchise, this team, if it's a team any longer, it's got it definitely the 49ers. Whoa.
1st and 10 at the 26. Hebron the single setback. Cunningham slips it to Hebron, and Hebron runs into people at the 35-yard line and then is thrown back. Bryant Young and Dennis Brown and Westchester's Lee Woodall make the stop. I still don't believe what I'm seeing. I think most people back in Philadelphia gave the Eagles a chance because of the health problems of the 49ers offensive line. But most who believed the Eagles could win figured they would have to eke one out. Right now, that's not the case. 2nd down and 9. Slot to the far side. Walker to the far side. Cunningham on a delay. Slips it off to Hebron. Running room up the middle. 1st down as he plunges for about 12. Hebron across the 20, taking it down to the 15. Mann and Hall making the stop. And the Eagles are showing depth in the running back department.
And a good offensive line to open up holes and good play calling to catch the 49ers in a pass rush situation and opening up the draw hole.
Stan, believe it or not, there are some people here heading out of the stadium.
Well, sure, the 49ers haven't lost a game by more than 11 points in the last 6 years.
1st and 10 at the 15. Cunningham again to Hebron. Looks for the outside. Cuts back inside across the 15, across the 14. Eagles playing with the clock now with 13.5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, and the Eagles leading by 25 points. Young on the tackle.
I would love to spend the week here in San Francisco reading the newspapers, the columnists, listening to the talk shows about what George Seifert just did to this team by pulling Steve Young on 3rd down.
Walker, a wide receiver to Cunningham's left. Slot to the far side. Bavaro in motion. Cunningham drops. Now he shovels it off to Hebron. Breaks a tackle at the 10. Runs to the 6 or 7. They'll spot it at the 7. He slipped away from Bryant Young. Neat little shovel pass. Lee Woodall finally made the stop, but it puts the Eagles in a 3rd down and about 2.
And the Giants 3-0, but in the fourth quarter, the Saints have jumped out to a 27-13 lead over the Giants. Right now in the fourth quarter, it's the Saints 27, the Giants 13. Dallas beat Washington 34-7 to go, 3-1. If that Saints score holds up.
3rd and 2. This time the back's in the eye. Cunningham pitches the ball off and running for the 1st down, and then the touchdown is Herschel Walker, but there's a penalty flag, and let's see about that. Herschel Walker off the left side for the touchdown, but I think it's coming back.
Holding number 31, offense.
On Brian O'Neill.
10-yard penalty, 3rd down.
Eagles leading the 49ers 33-8 with 12:10 remaining in the fourth quarter. So now that will put the Eagles in a 3rd down and 12. The ball back at the, I believe they'll spot it back at the 18. Puts his receivers. Now goes with everyone tight except Barnett. Barnett in motion left to right. Backs in an open set. Cunningham back. He's looking. He's floating it for the end zone. Touchdown, Bavaro! Cunningham as Bavaro ran a post and Randall put it in his hands. An 18-yard strike. Cunningham, Bavaro, and this place is nauseous. They are leaving en masse, and the Eagles are humiliating the 49ers at the stick. They are eating the 49ers alive here at Candlestick Park. And here is Eddie Murray for the 40th point. Ball is spotted, the kick is up, and the kick is good, and it's a 40-8 game. And even I am beginning to feel comfortable. There's a timeout on the field with the score. The Birds 40, the 49ers 8 on the Eagles Football Network.
Hey, guys, what are you doing in my Cadillac?
Oh, sorry, Coach Vermeil. Just wanted to check out.
Laterally, gets to the 20, the 23, and then he is screened in.
And there was
Eric Oden down there along with James Joseph and Vaughn Hebron.
And on the sideline, usually players are crowding the sideline. There wasn't one player within 15 yards of George Seifert. No player wants to see a teammate ever embarrassed. And George Seifert embarrassed Steve Young by pulling him on that third down. Now, he can say Young got hit 3 times, Fuller racked him up from behind. Young might be playing hurt, he's got a bad line. But that was an embarrassing moment for Steve Young to be pulled like that.
It's a running play. First time it's a handoff inside to Derek LaVille, and he comes across the 25, takes it up to the 26. And they are fighting right now to get to the exits. They are shoving and pushing. They can't get out of here fast enough. 11:35 to go here in the fourth quarter. Do any of you believe this? Be honest. How many of you thought the Eagles were going to rout the 49ers, which is the case so far? Second down and 8. Gerbic back to throw, and it's deflected, incomplete. Knocked down by Mike Flores, and the 49ers have a third down and 6.
And if you look on the sideline, if you could see the sidelines right now, different 49ers. Right now it's Deion Sanders. They're going over, and they're patting Steve Young on the back, probably telling him to hang in there. Boy, George Seifert. This might be the last year of George Seifert's coaching tenure here in San Francisco.
Stan, this team is still, even if they lose today, they're still going to be 3-2.
Yeah, but they're going to...
Third down and 6. Slot to the far side. In motion, Ed McCaffrey. Gerbic back. Fires over the middle, complete to Singleton, who picks up a first down at the 35-yard line. And Mark McMillan makes another fine tackle. 49ers pick up a first down, but we have less than 11 minutes to play. And the Eagles are leading 40-8. 49ers with a first and 10 at their own 35-yard line, moving left to right. And the sun is still shining, and the weather is glorious. And the Eagles are enjoying it. And the 49ers are sick. They go on the ground again. Getting to the outside is LaVille, chased and pulled out of bounds at the 45-yard line. The fans wanted a flag. It was Derek LaVille, and the 49ers are going to punt.
Happiest man in an Eagles uniform is Bill Romanowski, who was covering on that play. The former 49er makes a triumphant return with his new team to Candlestick Park. Bet you Romanowski gets a game ball.
He should.
They always do that.
And Cunningham has had a brilliant afternoon. And there have been so many players who have played well. Here's the punt.
This is interesting.
Here is the punt by Wilmsmeyer, coming down to Seidner, who takes it at the 8, across the 10, 15, 20, comes crawling along up to the 24-yard line.
On the sidelines, a woman jumped out of the stands and ran over to Steve Young, and then the security grabbed her, and all of a sudden now they put about 4 security men behind the 49ers bench.
Leave her alone. It's his mother. She's trying to comfort Steven.
Blocking schemes that just caught the 49ers 4-3 inside defense.
Second
just off guard.
and 6. Cunningham again on a delay, goes to Hebron, tries to get outside. He wiggles and pulls, but only gets as far as the 30-yard line, where it will be third down and 4. Clock showing 8.5 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. You know, Stan, I thought this week that the Eagles had a shot if they did everything right and took advantage of the 49ers' injuries on the offensive line. But I figured it would be a tight game. But how many people said, hey, the odds makers are giving the 49ers a 9.5-point edge? These guys usually know what they're talking about. Third down and 5. Bavaro in motion. Cunningham looks, now shovels it to Hebron, and Hebron runs through people and picks up a first down up at the 35-yard line.
7:56 remaining. On the sideline, it's interesting. George Seifert was walking down the sideline, and he looked over in the direction of Steve Young, Jerry Rice, sitting on the bench, and both of them turned and looked as if they were talking to each other to avert George Seifert looking at them. You know what I mean? Just to avoid the confrontation. There's going to be some controversy here in the Bay Area with the Bay Area offense.
1st and 10 for the Eagles. The ball up at the 35. Slot to the near side. Single setback and Vaughn Hebron. Hebron takes the handoff again. Runs left across the 35, across the 40 and up to the 42. And now they are just playing with the clock. And Vaughn Hebron is starting to produce. 49ers have now thrown up the white flag. They have second unit people in there. Again, it's Hebron. Hebron this time takes it to the 45-yard line where he'll be close to another first down.
Young on 3rd down like that.
Remember when Marion Campbell did it with your group, started to pull them?
Yeah. He never didn't do, I don't remember him doing during a game. It was
during a game.
Some players,
I remember it during a game. I think it was against the Giants at the vet. 3rd down and a yard. We'll bring you up to date on the Sports Authority scoreboard right after this play. Under 6 minutes left in the 4th quarter, and the Eagles just having a field day. Again, it's Hebron, and again, it's Hebron for the first down, and he takes it across midfield into 49ers territory. And the remaining people in the stadium are heading out. Let's take a look at that Sports Authority scoreboard with Big Stan.
In the 4th quarter, the Saints are maintaining a 27-13 lead over the New York Giants. Arizona scores a field goal to take a 10-7 lead over Minnesota in the 4th quarter. It's Chicago over Buffalo 17-13 in the 4th quarter. And in a thrilling game, the Rams have a 5-0 lead in the 4th quarter over the Atlanta Falcons. That game down in Anaheim.
49ers haven't given up 40 points in a game since 1982. Cunningham on first down goes back to Hebron. Hebron making people miss until he goes down at the 46-yard line. Dana Hall in on the stop.
I was
wonder how
fascinating on the sidelines. Steve Young having to be restrained from going to tell off George Seifert.
I wonder, Stan, if Deion Sanders is feeling like he's that close to a Super Bowl right now. Didn't really give the Eagles.
If I'm Deion Sanders, I'm sitting there saying, man, I left problems in Atlanta. Now I come here, there's problems. Man, there were problems all over the place.
Don't take it personally, Deion. 2nd down and 8. Single setback. And the handoff goes to Walker. Walker across the 45 and pulled down at the 43.
You know, you have to wonder. Last week they start Sanders against the Saints. This week against the Eagles, they don't start Sanders.
Yeah, but they put him in quickly.
They put him in quickly because they were getting whomped pretty good. I think George Seifert underestimated the Eagles' offense. You have to question him about that. That you don't have one of your best defensive and all-pro player out there, and then all of a sudden you fall behind and you stick them in when they drive down the field on you twice and score. We'll have to look at the play-by-play, but I think the Eagles scored 2 TDs before Sanders was inserted.
3rd down and 5. Single setback and Walker. Motion to the near side and Calvin Williams. Cunningham goes on the ground to Walker, who spins very close to a first down inside the 40 at the 39. Don't forget to join Harold Carmichael and Tom Cardano for Eagle Talk live from the entertainment complex at Club Excalibur in Planet Cherry Hill on Route 70 in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. 10.
And then maybe they figure they're going to start averaging 40 a game. Whoa.
I wouldn't count on it. They're letting the clock run, and they'll take the delay, and they do. With 2:53 to go, it doesn't much matter because the Eagles have won this game. There, I'll say it before it's over. Taste the difference. Drinks Snapple's-Burger gets it and punts a beauty. High, hang time, bounces at the 5, but does not. It makes its way to the end zone. Otis Smith came charging down trying to bat it out, but a
good punt by Burger because he had a rush on him and he got the ball high and the ball just missed being knocked down to
43 to go here in the 4th quarter, and Jerbick hands off to William Floyd, who comes across the 25-30, 35-40, and he's shoved out of bounds by Zorich up at the 44-yard line.
Flag gets thrown all the way back by the side judge, way back down to the line of scrimmage.
Let's see.
It's going to be interesting to see what 49ers owner, Eddie DeBartolo, has to say about this. The way George Seifert pulled Steve Young. DeBartolo's always been known as a player's owner.
Unbelievable.
My experience right now that you've got a team that is really fractionalized.
First and 10, 49er, or first and 20 back at the 10-yard line. This time William Floyd is trying to sweep, and he gets banged out of bounds at the 20.
We'll give you a little quick. In the last 3 games, Chicago rushed the ball against Philadelphia for 37 yards, Green Bay for 37 yards, and San Francisco, before this offensive series, 38 yards. Eagles are getting a running defense?
Let me tell you something else, Dan.
Go ahead.
The addition of Charlie Garner. Now, if he stays healthy, and we keep our fingers crossed, provides a dimension that this team hasn't had in ages and really changes the outlook of this team. Handoff inside again, and it goes to William Floyd, and he picks up a few before Mike Flores tackles him. And let's see if they
and
get
in 18 seconds, the 10,000 people left here at Candlestick Park are going to let the 49ers know what they think of the game today. 6. Here it comes to the 2-minute warning.
And there it is. 2-minute warning with the score. The Eagles 40, the 49ers 8.
2-minute warning
on the Eagles Football Network. Eagles fan. Line to Nate Singleton. 150 remaining. Eagles with a different cast out there right now.
Eagles took advantage of the bye week. Preparation, game planning, as well as resting. Players coming back, ready to play.
First and 10, 49ers at the 45. Play action. Gerbeck again loads up, fires, and it's wide. Badly off target, intended for Nate Singleton down at the 38-yard line with 1:21 remaining.
You know what would be interesting now?
What's that?
I don't want to say there's anything, but suppose Gerbeck got decked somewhere. Does Seifert go with Bill Musgrave, the number 3 quarterback?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because he could say
he wouldn't even look at Young. I wouldn't even look, you know.
Second down and 10. Ball at the 49ers 45. Again, Gerbeck with play action. Fires over the middle and completes it into Eagles territory to Ted Popson. Gerbeck running the offense nicely, but of course it's against a defense right now that is mix and match and just awaiting the expiration of the final 60 seconds. 59-58. Eagles are going to be 3-1.
And we're waiting for a final score from New Orleans, where the Saints
First and 10.
are holding a 14-point.
Gerbeck has it knocked out of his hand, and it is picked up by Townsend. Townsend running with the football across the 30, across the 25, across the 20, and down at the 18. Greg Townsend rambling with the football.
And Greg Townsend pulls a Heisman Trophy straight arm out on one of the 49ers.
And there's a timeout on the field with the score. The Eagles 40, the 49ers 8 on the Eagles Football Network.
Is your car hard?
To do the professional thing, and that is to kneel down on the football, which Randall does, and allow the time to expire. And it will.
George Seifert just waves over towards Rich Kotite, now starts heading in.
And they're going to clear the field. They will come on and shake hands as the final 20 seconds ticks off the clock. But this has not just been a victory for the Eagles. This has been a resounding victory. It has been a victory featuring the unveiling of perhaps one of the newest glittering stars in the National Football League. Based on what we saw today, an enormously talented Charlie Garner has made his presence felt. And hopefully we will be seeing a lot of Charlie Garner for weeks and months and years to come, because he has a very, very special gift, and he used it today to help bury the 49ers. The final score, the Eagles 40, The 49ers 8. Our statistician, Jack Edelstein. Our spotter, Mark Dalton. Production assistants, Dan Rosenthal and Tom Timby. Engineers, Lane Massey and Walt Jost. Engineering supervisor, Richard Baggs. Studio producer, George Hickman. Studio director, John Russell. Studio coordinator, Jerry Donahue.